Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by 7 Sagas and their tabletop RPG, Ars Mechanica. This features the 30 Years' War, but waged by Titanic walking engines. It even comes with solo rules. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by D3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG, where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release, Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am starting a new review series featuring Tales of Argosa, Sword and Sorcery Adventure. This tabletop RPG focuses completely on the low magic, or you could say weird magic experience. Sorcery is rare and dangerous. The opportunities for adventure are abundant. It is a gritty, merciless world, and it even comes with solo rules. This means that you can play this without a game master, or even as a cooperative experience with your friends without anyone having to participate in the role of the duty of the game master. Now, let's talk about the quality of the PDF. The quality is amazing. Everything is well written, organized, and explained. The art is exquisite. This looks like a Conan comic book, but with its own flair, its own style. The table of contents does not have hyperlinks, but you have bookmarks, and bookmarks, in my opinion, are much better than hyperlinks. The quality is superb, with great organization, great explanations, awesome looking art, the embellishments of the pages, it screams, it yells, sword and sorcery. So overall, the quality top notch. Now let's talk about the contents. This game is highly focused. This attempts a single thing: to get you into the sword and sorcery flavor with emergent play, because this book contains so many tools to generate pretty much anything. That's why it meshes so well together with the solo rules. It is quite flexible with a simple yet brutal and fast system. I must put emphasis that sorcery here is very dark and dangerous. Only a few character archetypes can wield those dangerous powers. This is about bold adventurers going into the wilderness, daring to go into profane sites. When it comes to emergent play, this is all about shaping the adventure through your actions as you go along. And on the part of the game master, you can generate anything before, during, or of course after the adventure. The tools cover pretty much every aspect of any adventure for an entire campaign composed of exciting scenarios. You have a description giving you a framework or map on how to navigate the book, telling you everything there is to know about the classes, the system. This is, for the most part, a roll-under system, detailing skills, all sorts of nuances concerning the dark and dangerous magic that I have mentioned, how there are unbalanced encounters. Get ready to run if it is too much for you. You can always fight another day. And many sword and sorcery adventurers They survive. Even Conan, as capable and strong as he is and intelligent, many times he survives because he decides to flee or avoid dangers. There are even rules to play as a one-man party, just like Conan, just like Solomon Kane. That way, if you don't feel too comfortable with managing an entire party of adventurers, you can use the solitaire adventurer rules. You also have an example covering the basics of how to play, but although the example is much better than other tabletop RPG books, there are some things that could be improved. Well, when it comes to the basics, it tells you all about having adventures in a fictional setting with a game master or referee, and the player characters and non-player characters, pretty standard stuff. But here the example, it feels a bit like a conversation game rather than a tabletop role-playing game. In a tabletop role-playing game, you play a role and you play a game, but you don't have a conversation with the game master because the game master doesn't exist in the fiction. The players do not exist in the fiction either. It's all about the player characters, the non-player characters, the game world. The players play the role of the player characters. The game master plays the role of everything else, even the weather, the world. So here the example, although it gives you a basic structure, there is a lot like the game master. Tom, what does Kronkar do while Dari and Yorok are looting? You don't need to ask. You don't need to ask. The game master presents a situation. The players interact with the situation. Something happens. Take a look at my actual plays at the front section of my channel. No conversations between the game master and the players. You need, of course, to announce the results of your rolls, but everything can be obtained through roleplay. You're not going to be like, Mr. Game Master, sir, what is the color of the banner? No. I look at the banner to appreciate its color. Now the Game Master. The blue banner waves around with the wind, with the air. Instead of, Game Master, is there anything inside of the chest? I open the chest and look inside. And the Game Master, inside the chest, there is a small red bottle. As simple as that. So yeah, here the example doesn't do the game any favors, because this is a really good game. I have been paging through it ever since I obtained it. There are so many excellent things, both mechanically and thematically. Now when it comes to dice, you use your polyhedral dice. It's pretty standard, but like I said, mostly roll under. And you also have exploding dice. That is, if you roll the maximum on a die, you roll it again and accumulate the result. Once per die only. And you round down when needed concerning the results. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to talk about character creation. I'm very excited. I want to tell you all about this game because there are so many tools and genre-appropriate elements within the book that will surely pull you into your own sword and sorcery story. The story that it is created by your actions, not by telling stories, right? You don't need to tell a story in the game. This is all about taking actions within the game world, and then you end up with an amazing saga, hopefully. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, two things. In tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. and you are not telling a story about your characters. The story is created after you have finished the scenario or the adventure. Just like you don't tell stories as you are living, as you are watching my video here in the computer, you're not telling a story. You are taking action. You are looking at the monitor. You are listening to my words in the present, in the now. Thank you for watching this video again. See you later.